everyone, welcome to Mind Money Method. Another week, and once again, markets always doing something different. That's what we love about the market. So let's start off looking at the dollar index and see what's been happening and where we are and what we can see what's going on, and just have a look at other markets to see what's going on with other different spot currencies compared to the US dollar. Potentially we could also look into other markets depending on how much time we've got. So let's go straight into it. We've got the dollar index. And we can see, last week we had a great uptrend, a great pullback. Overall, we have been in a downtrend, but we've had a strong pullback. But this last week, we were really pushing onto the downside. And one of the key points to note is we've had where we are now into this week, we've got a kind of an area of consolidation taking place over here. That's what we've had. We've had really the last few months, really, we've had strong uptrends and then downtrends and up pulling back. And we've pushed down quite a bit last week, the week and the week before, and now we're into an area of consolidation. But one of the key points, what I want you to notice is, and I'll go draw it out here actually onto the on the weekly, is over here. In fact, I'll go onto the daily. I actually have drawn it out for you, I believe. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. Look at this over here. It's key period and a key area, should I say, is around the 9400 over here, and we've had quite a few touches, really going back to quite a few months back, in fact. And we've seen a lot of touches around here. It's got all the way back to last year from what it covers. If we actually go back to December, even 2015, this area formed a key support level. We've gone all the way up. We've come back down to this level 9400. We've gone up, down, touches. And now we're in an area where we've got some consolidation. So it's like dependent on where's this dollar index going to continue going. Are we going to dip down to this 9400 area, or are we going to start pushing back upwards? Well, if we go and look at other markets and compare it to other spot currencies, if we go and even look at the let's go look at the British pound to the US dollar. Well, we do see that actually the British pound is got an area of consolidation itself kind of taking place. Although overall we've been in a downtrend to the US dollar, the British pound has been losing to the US dollar, and we've kind of formed an area of really, if you want to call it, consolidation taking place at this area over here. So nothing too much to write about with this currency pair. And if we go and have a look at the euro to the US dollar, we do see there's been a lot of strength with the euro against the dollar index. So as the dollar index has been losing value, the euro has been strengthening. But one thing we can look at over here is, as the dollar index has come to a point of a key level of 9400. Well, if we look at over here, there's quite a key level over here at the 1.14, and we've reached that over here, and I'll actually draw it out for you so you can actually see. So at about the 1.14 area over there, we've now reached that area, and we're now kind of seeing where we're going to go with this. Where's the euro going to go? The dollar's doing the opposite, is going close to an area of resistance, and this is getting to an area, should I say, an area of support for the dollar index, and this is potentially reaching an area of resistance. So it's something to keep an eye out and see where we're going to move to with these different spot currencies, and where we're going to go to and take it from there. If we go and look at the Aussie dollar to the US dollar, well, the Aussie dollar has been strengthening quite nicely, and we actually still are in an uptrend, and we have that against multiple time frames. So what would I be doing in terms of my planning when it comes to, say, the dollar index and different related spots currencies? Well, I'll certainly be looking at what the continuous movement, and if we go back to the dollar index, I will be looking to see what's happening in this area of consolidation and where we're going to go. Are we going to go down to the 94, and is this going to then form a level of resistance where we're going to start turning around and going up. What are the related currencies going to be doing? I would probably go down to the 4-hour charts, 240 to 4-hour, and I would be looking at potential setups off the 4 hours on the lower time frames for the different related spot currencies: Canadian US dollar, Euro US dollar, British pound to the US dollar, and see if there are any setups taking place today, tomorrow, into next week. And I will then be making calls as to if I'm going to be going long or short. But we'll be looking at these key areas as levels of, they are key areas, and we need to look out to see what's going to happen. Are we going to continue to fall down past the 9400 and continue? But this is definitely into a level of consolidation taking place. We've got indecisive candles here. If we look at it down to the candles, we've got definitely indecision taking place, and potentially is there going to be a trend reversal? So are we going to be looking at convergence and divergence and looking to see with our candles, with the multiple time frames in agreement, are we starting to see potentially a change in trend? Well, these are the things that we need to keep an eye out. If I go moving off, and we can go and look at a commodity going on into Brent crude, I mean, we actually see here what's been taking place is overall we've had on the weekly, we've had a lovely solid downtrend coming in over here. We still are overall in a downtrend, but on the daily, we've definitely, yes, we had a downtrend, but we had a strong pullback, and this has definitely been in an uptrend. And right now, if I looked at this, I'd say this was a higher, higher, higher low, a higher, higher, higher low, a higher high, and that's a lower low. So what's happening now? Are we starting to become into a change of trend? Once again, let's keep an eye out. Look at this big number, 400, the 4,000. This is a big number, $40 a barrel, 40. So it's a big number. What is going to happen with price? So we're coming in. The key of this week's lessons is there's a lot of price action, a lot of markets that are entering around key levels of either big numbers, support, resistance. And when we start coming into areas and situations and scenarios like this, we definitely want to keep an eye out and stalk and see which way the market's going to go. Is it going to go up or down? We want to look for indication where I would see further down on the 4 hours to see potentially of change of trends, to see what's going to be taking place of change of trends. And now if you're interested to find out of how do you look at change of trends, how do you understand where there's convergence or divergence, and how do we understand where to enter or exit into a market? Well, that's what we teach you at Mind Money Method. It's all about that. It's all about teaching you how to trade as a professional, to think as a professional trader. It's all about teaching you about the entry points, the exit points, your risk and money management, the psychology, and treating trading like a business. It is extremely important. So for those of you who have joined our courses and this is reaching you, if you want to reach out to us at info@Mind Money Method, please do, and we'll happily take any questions that you want, and we'll help you out wherever possible. For those of you who are thinking about the courses, please go and have a look at our courses online, and we will happily help take any calls that you're interested or want to find out more. So that's it for this week. I will be looking at these key levels on quite a few time frames, to be honest, and I'll look at this into the forthcoming weeks, and looking definitely for either to the upside or the downside, potentially where I feel there is going to be the highest probability in one way or the other, with making sure I have multiple time frames in agreement. And that is it for this week, and I wish you all the best, and we'll come back to you in a couple of weeks' time. Happy trading, everyone, and yeah, have a great week. Cheers. Bye-bye.